emblem on my chest. And then said on, he said, my Sunday was good. Something good. Good happened. I'm always and still laughing like the laugher when the Gunners do the do. Welcome to Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richma TV. What a weekend. This weekend was really packed. Today, what news do you want to hear? AFCON, Super Bowl, tidbits around the world of sports, major European leagues, what happened? Stay tuned on Richma TV. If you have still not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just take a moment, hit that little bell, cling, 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 so that anytime we go live, I don't have to send you the link. You can just hop on and join us. As usual, like, comment, share. Share the link so that others can also benefit from this wonderful discussion that we are about to have tonight. Once again, you are welcome to Sports Chat live on Richma TV. It's live on YouTube, Richma TV. It's live on Facebook, Richma TV. Quickly, let me go ahead and introduce my guest because today there is a lot to talk about. The first guest I'm inviting is Mr. Eric Nati, popularly known as Bureau, a chief accountant. I always say tax season, yes, we are in tax season. Please ask me, contact me. I'll hold your hand and I will lead you to him, for you will not perish when you are in the hands of Bureau. Bureau, welcome again to Sports Chat on Richmond TV. You are welcome, Bureau. Bureau, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on the show today. It's a privilege to be on your show. Viewers, thank you for joining us. We are here once again in your various homes to bring you, the sports news with the lovers of the game, and we are here to share our views. And we thank you for joining us.
Thank
If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Share the link to your friends and tell a friend to tell a friend so we can help grow the channel and have more interesting programs um, coming on the Richmond TV show. Thank you,
as Bureau,
Dasilva.
thank you very much. As Bureau rightly said, share the link, share the link, share the link. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hey, well, I think they struggled against Crystal Palace. Hey, Manui. Did they win? Okay, we will see. Let me go ahead and welcome my man Calvin in the building. Calvin. Welcome to Richmond TV, Calvin.
Thank you, Dasilva. Hello, viewers. Hello, everyone watching. And it's a pleasure for me to be back on the show again. Please, this is Sports Chat with Dasilva. Stay tuned. Share the link. Like. Subscribe to Richmond TV. You know we always bring in that heat. I will. I will. I will address what the host slightly said later. I will not address it now. We will start slow and we will heat up as the show goes along. Thank you, viewers, and can't wait to get it going.
Hey, so when will Chelsea fans allow small joke to slide? Every address the nation. Thank you very much, Calvin. Now let's welcome another one, another troublemaker in the house. The Red Devils are in the house. The Manchester United fan, Fifi, in the building. Welcome, Fifi.
Let's go, Africa! Yay! All right. Thank you, viewers. Can you guys hear me? Thank you one more time. This is, as you guys can see, today don't call me Fifi. Call me Max Sosa, McTominay, Manchester United. Thank you guys for joining. Remember to share, like, and subscribe to Richmond TV. like we said, Charlie, this weekend this weekend there's been games, there's been all sorts of craziness, and we are here to bring you the heat. We know you guys are excited. You know you guys have been waiting more higher sides. You said they are Bambas 3 months, but it looks like this week everybody won. So, but thank you one more time. I appreciate it. You know, we're ready to bring the heat, a lot of information and stuff like that. So let's go one more time. Subscribe, like, and share Richmond TV with Dasilva. Oh, let's go.
All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let me hear you say, heat, Baba, heat, Baba, heat. It's gonna be heat at the studios tonight. Yes, it's heat, heat, heat everywhere because this weekend was packed. And I want to challenge everybody to go and watch our last episode. Yes, the one we did last week, Friday and Saturday for the AFCON, for the league fixtures, and the Super Bowl. You will respect Richmond TV. You will love Richmond TV, and you will love all my pandas. You will love Biero. You will love Fifi. You will love Kevin. You will love Clay because everything that they said was spot on. From the German Bundesliga, the Serie A, the EPL, the La Liga, the AFCON, and of course the Super Bowl. All right, let's zoom straight into action. So everything that has a beginning has an end. The 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations, the AFCON, which took place in Cote d'Ivoire or the Ivory Coast, came to a very beautiful, a climax, successful end yesterday at the capital, Abidjan, at the Alassane Ouattara Sports Stadium. Yes, that is where the finals took place. We've witnessed almost 30 days plus of beautiful, wonderful football on the continent. This is what the continent boasts of. And this year's edition, was one of the best. Kudos to the CAF president, Dr. Musepe, the owner of Mamelodi Sundowns. Good job to you and your entire team. It was a very beautiful tournament, a very nice. Everything was planned. All legends were involved. They were included. Opening ceremony was on point. Closing ceremony was on point. But most importantly, the host and win factor. The host and win factor. It made it so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Quickly, AFCON. Yes, the final was between Ivory Coast of the Elephants of La Côte d'Ivoire and the Super Flying Eagles of Nigeria. Prior to this match, they have never met at the finals before, but they met in semi-finals when Nigeria won their third AFCON. So Nigeria had 3 AFCONs in their bag. The 1980 edition that they hosted and won, which brought out the likes of Segun Matematika Odegbami, was their first AFCON. They went all the way to Tunisia 94 with the likes of Daniel Amonike, Peter Rufai, Rashidi Yekini, Taribo West, JJ Okocha, and the rest to win Tunisia 94. And that was their second AFCON. Then they waited and waited and waited. Then came the 2015 edition, which they won against Burkina Faso. Hence their third AFCON. Ivorians on the other side won their first AFCON, 1992 in Senegal against the Black Stars of Ghana with that long marathon penalties. Abulai Traore, Joe Thierry, Akakwame, Alain Guame, the legendary goalkeeper, were some of the few names that featured in that finals, whereas Ghana paraded Edward Ansan, Emmanuel Amasenega, Abedi Ayupele, Anthony Yaboa, Tony Bafo, Stanley Abora, Yapreko, Isaac Kasari, just to mention a few. But Ghana were not lucky. The Ivorians won on penalty, hence their first AFCON. Then there came 2015 in Equatorial Guinea. Or let me make point of correction. The Nigeria won their third AFCON in 2013 in South Africa. 2015, the Ivorians won against the same opposition they beat in Senegal 92, the Black Stars of Ghana. And again, the same scenario. Long marathon penalty kicks. The Ivorians were lucky. After they threw 2 of their first penalty kicks away, they bounced back to win it. Hence, their second AFCON. So until Sunday, Ivory Coast had 2 and Nigeria had 3. So Nigeria were trying to win their 4th AFCON to equal Ghana record, and Ivorians were trying to win their 3rd AFCON to equal the Nigerians. And it was so beautiful. Let me quickly go to my panelists. Let's talk about the tournament itself. I want us to talk about the whole tournament from the beginning, opening ceremony, conclusion. What are some of the fun moments that made this tournament before we discuss the finals into details? Beru, what made this tournament special in your own books on what you saw on the 34th edition of this year's AFCON?
Yeah, I mean, this year's tournament, the AFCON, was well organized, and for the first time we saw the cameras, showing the legends of African footballers right supporting their teams. I saw Drogba when they equalized the Nigeria goal, and he was all over the place. And I could see the second goal too. I saw whatever happened on the stadium, and it was a fun moment that l'Elephant de Côte d'Ivoire won the um, finally won the cup. And when you look at the drama dance surrounded the team, how they lost their first game, they were whooped by Equatorial Guinea, and how the change of the coach made so much impact. I mean, it was dramatic. Their win was dramatic, and it's one of the world. And I saw the closing ceremony. The all the reggae man. If you're a reggae fan, you will love Alpha Blondie. I saw him performing. It brought me, those memories like Gori, Samori, Gori. That was
Oh
a wonderful
yeah,
time. I
radio
really
people
enjoyed
in
it.
the building.
Yeah, so
Imila
it was
lama
fun to watch, and
masumila.
yeah, the game was fun, and I mean, the quality of play has really improved. And when it comes to AFCON, now there's no more big team. Anyone can win. And when you look at the performance of the likes of DR Congo, um, Nigeria, we thought would be, will win. But for some reason, I felt like if they had won, the noise would have been too much. So sometimes, I'm good. I'm not happy that way they didn't win, but the best team carried the day because Nigeria didn't play the best. And also, I think the referee also favored uh, Ivory Coast because some infringement that went against Nigeria, it doesn't make sense. For example, when Osimhen headed the ball over one of the defenders, and he was penalized for that. And to me, I don't think it was a foul, but in all, it was a wonderful game.
Bureau said in all it was a wonderful game. Yes, I want us to talk about everything and leave the Nigeria and Ivory Coast final because we'll delve into it deeper. Kevin, yes, you've watched it from beginning to yesterday. What are some of the things that excited you? The teams, the supporters, everything. What made it so special in your opinion?
Well, like you said, I think I'll touch on a little bit what Beirut said. I think this has been one of the most well prepared tournaments. I think this, in terms of quality of play, I think this is one of the, as far as I can remember, this is in terms of quality. I think this is one of the best tournaments I've seen, just in terms of technical play, in terms of strategies by different teams, in terms of adjustments. I mean, this tournament has had everything. We've had the Golden Boot winner is a left back or a right back at his club team. For him to be moved to a striker position and become the Golden Boot winner, it's absurd. We've had a goalkeeper save 4 penalties. Never happened before in AFCON history. I mean, We've had the biggest blunders. I mean, the mistakes, you name it. Our country is responsible for at least two of them. We've had mistakes. We've had great goals. We've had great comebacks. We've had it all. And to me, this is a sports show, so I'm gonna keep it PG-13. But if you watched the AFCON, and whenever there was a water break or there was a foul or a VAR was checking, and a camera panned in the crowd, if you are a single man, you know what I'm talking about. If you are a married man, just blink your eyes twice because you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean
It
the
showed
machines?
it showed the beauty of Africa. Let's just say that. Let me say it like that. It showed the beauty of our continent. The various shapes and shades and sizes and heights, and yes, it was a beautiful sight. And to top it all, like you said, well organized. The game ended the way I think it was fair. But in terms of the entirety of the tournament, I think this is one of the best tournaments I've seen from top to bottom. I'm talking about technical play. I'm talking about adjustments by coaches. I'm talking about even this. I think this is one of the first times VAR was introduced into a tournament, so we had a lot of decisions, like you said, first time with VAR as well. It was just beautiful. I mean, even the stadiums, I give Ivory Coast credit for them providing actual great stadiums for all the teams to perform, because we understand that the pitches, at least in the country I'm from, are not the best. So for them to provide all these various stadiums, and these stadiums look to be in top shape, that was also a great thing. Like I said, I think the whole entire tournament was great. And it wasn't just Africa that was involved. I saw a lot of videos of other people from other continents talking about the AFCON because it was so exciting. It was just so many things happening. So kudos to the entire, or every single team player that participated in the tournament, all the staff, all the camera crew that also participated in broadcasting us these games for us to watch. Thank you for the country of Ivory Coast for hosting the tournament, making sure that everything went well. And like I said, shout out to all the cameramen that kept showing in the crowd and showing the beauty of our continent. All of you are the real MVPs.
All right. Yes. All that Kevin said is God bless Africa because we have all the wonderful shapes. Everything God created is so beautiful. Beautiful. You rightly said. So Jones Moreno, the legendary special one, is quoted to say that VAR headquarters should be in Africa. Yes, he said headquarters should be at the AFCON, which means Africa, because he thinks the VAR was so much on point. Fifi, your perception about this year's AFCON, what, in your general opinion, did you see or can you see about it?
In my general opinion, like you said, I was gonna mention the VAR, the decision making, and also the refereeing. We all understand that if referees can actually make or break a game. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
say it's a single player. It's no, it's a refereeing group. And for us to have all these different referees from the whole continent of Africa come in and referee the game, you could actually tell they were letting people play. And when I say play, I think if you're an avid football player, you know what I mean by they let you play. There's physical play in the game. It's not every little thing and then somebody falls down and it's a foul. No, they let the people play. So people were able to express themselves, and the teams that had a very physical, strong, tactical play were the ones who made it to the finals. Height, physicality, bully ball. Those were the people that made it to the finals. Refereeing was amazing. I think most of the referees should be. Some of the games it was questionable. Like I complained about the goalkeeper when they kicked the ball, but when you read the rules, that is a foul. So I that's a refereeing thing. I feel like if it was somewhere in the European, there'll be a whole VAR. They'll check for 6 minutes. No, so I think the refereeing was good. VAR had its great moments. I like the fact that the women were incorporated. As you can tell, the history of Africa, we have we've actually made big strides in incorporating women into the game. So that was a good thing. one of the best parts was seeing the Cote d'Ivoire president dancing and jumping with his team. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was one of like the best thing, and of course, seeing that our neighbors over there did not win, that was also another one. The stadium, they were actually like announced, like people were actually cleaning up. They actually kept, visitors actually kept the place clean. There were no crazy violence or any problems with like theft or anything like that. So shout out to the Cote d'Ivoire Police Department, like team, whoever it is, and then shout out to the people who steal. Thank you for not ruining it and trying to like have issues in that country and all that kind of stuff. The teams that came, they competed. For the first time, we actually saw countries are putting themselves on notice. Cape Verde is saying not only do we have amazingly beautiful women and beautiful beaches and hotels and stuff that you can come and enjoy that will rivals down at the bar, we have a team. So now I will not be shocked if we see Cape Verde or Mozambique or these teams in the World Cup that we've never seen before, right? And the regular Ghana and the Nigeria and Ivory Coast and the Senegal. Even Senegal, who's a strong team that went to the I think quarterfinals against England, they got beat. So the AFCON had everything. It had beautiful women. It had beautiful, clean stadiums. The grass was also good. That's also a very important thing when it comes to a tournament. They were able to get all the stadiums ready for this tournament. They had great refereeing. Good. I wouldn't say great. I would say good refereeing, and also it kind of put FIFA. It kind of put Africa on the map. Now AFCON is a big deal. Now everybody. Inter, international clubs are aware of this AFCON stuff, and they are watching. They're looking. They're looking at all these players like Fofana, the Idingra, all these young boys who are making. And then Kevin forgot to mention he has one guy on the Ivory Coast team, Diakite. What Kevin? What do you call him?
He has can do spirit.
Exactly. I can do anything, spirit guy. So AFCON was everything. Amazing to see the president celebrate. Amazing to see the host country winning. That was amazing. And then that's oh, and then the lights. They kept the lights on 24/7 Ivory Coast. That's good. So that's it.
All right. Thank you very much, Fifi. Since you touched on referee, I'm still on you because personally, I was so happy and proud of CAF introducing female into the refereeing. It was so beautiful. And now I think FIFA will start taking CAF seriously. So when there is World Cup, you will not see one or two. And the good thing, if you look at the stats of this year's referees, they brought, like not those old middle age people, energetic people who will have like another 10 or 15 years to referee major tournament. So on the part of referee, I think they got spot on most of the decisions. At times they don't even have to consult VAR, but you could see watching from the comfort of your homes, it was spot on. If you're refereeing the whole tournament, how was the officiating for you?
I would give officiating. I would give them. I'll give him a B minus. The reason why I say that is because the director of officiating in the Premier League, I think it's Howard. I forgot his last name. The bald guy. He used to be a
What?
referee.
What?
He used to be a referee for the Premier League. Bald guy. His name is Howard something. I forgot his last name.
Howard Webb, the one who always cheat for Manchester United.
Exactly. So he made a comment and he basically said that, look, this is a situation where it's very hard to referee now. The reason why it's very hard to referee is because everybody's watching what you're doing. Everybody's watching you. Like, it's like everybody's waiting for you to mess up. So for these referees in the AFCON game to understand that this is a physical game, they let the game play out. And I think that if the World Cup notices these referees, if you want a physical game, let an African referee ref it. Because they're not going to take those tiki-taka fouls that these European stuff. But I would give them a B minus. Why? Because they were able to basically, like you said, not need VAR. A lot of decisions were able to stand on their ground. Even the the game against there was a referee that was being pushed. He pushed back. Like they're not taking that from anybody, which is
Cote
very good.
d'Ivoire against Mali.
Yes. The guy went aggressively he pushed back and like, no, and if the game was over, so I'm sure he wasn't able to give him a card. But I think that, you know, the African refereeing organization is gaining confidence, whereas
Yep.
the guys need to know, because for a very long time it was so crazy how we'll hire a European head of referee to come and coach. No, now we have homegrown referees who understand the game, who understand that the end goal is the World Cup, and also get themselves out there. And hopefully, we can have like a pathway where they can also go to European leagues and ref, or also, you know, induce some money into the African League and make something off of it. But I'll give them a B minus because there were some of them that, you know, that they missed a few calls on, and also, you know, there wasn't a lot of female head referees that were on the pitch. Um, but you know, that's the only thing, because you know, in 2024, you know, we need to incorporate that aspect. You know, it's not anything that's crazy, but also, you know, if we have any female panelists on here who are avid football players, you know, that's one thing I'll say. Hey, let's incorporate, like, let's say one or two of the group games, let's incorporate a woman head referee in there, you know, and then we'll go from there. But B minus, because there were some of them that were missed. But overall, even the referee that ref the final, excellent. He wasn't taking anything from Osima. Everybody got a yellow card. You are aggressive. You start yelling, pointing, boo, boo, yellow card. Like, he's just no nonsense, and that set the tone of the game for like a good 20, 60 minutes. Nobody, like, they were playing the game. Nobody was worried about fouls. He let it happen. So that's my take.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, this year the broadcast brought no nonsense referees, and I think B minus is fair to them. And Fifi, can you help the viewers, because someone just tested my phone? Can you help us with today what name? Because they said you are the only person who comes to the studio with different names. So can you mention the name that today, you know, so that we can also learn how to say it?
Okay, so if you are if you bleed red, not blue, not as I wish pink, and I wish anyway. If you bleed red, there's a favorite player
No,
that's
I just want the name. How you
okay.
want us to say it?
Yes, so the favorite player that scored the goal was, it's called Maxosa. So when you're eating rice, the Americans call it sauce, you're finding gravy. So Maxosa, it just said he added the final piece to the puzzle. McTominay,
Okay.
basically, I am
Okay.
Manchurian. So if you're a Manchurian and McTominay plays for Manchester United, then you're a McTominian. McTominian.
Oh. Oh,
And
good,
Maxosa,
good, good, good.
that's it. You know, that's how. So
Thank you.
Maxosa, McTomian.
Awesome, awesome. We would love to see this positive energy, even though the Red Devils, one day, if they lose, come to the studio with this positive energy. And we know you will do that with God being your helper. Biaro, refereeing. How did the refereeing went for you this year's tournament?
Yeah, the referee was very, good. And when I saw some of the calls, some of the calls were a little bit wild, but in general, the referee did very well. They allowed the game to flow. Like Max Sosa pointed out, um, the referee, especially with the Ivory Coast and Nigeria game, from the beginning stages, there was some tension between the players, and one is shoving this one, the other one is pushing, and the referee stamp his authority on the game and ensure that uh, the game flowed. And also, there were some calls that the referee made that I wasn't happy about, but the tournament is over now, so maybe they'll go back on the drawing table and trying to assess the game, evaluate what they've done, and then find out where areas where they can fine tune And but in general, gone were the days where in the World Cup you see about one African officiating. But I think that the African Refereeing Association, they've come far, and hopefully the next World Cup we see more of them, and also the inclusiveness of the women in the in the officiating. I saw some of the linesmen. I saw one lady officiated a game, and she did pretty well. So in general, I'll say we are going somewhere, and so I'll give them B for performance.
B minus from Fifi, B from Biero. He said we are going somewhere. Yes, indeed, I agree with the two speakers. We are indeed going somewhere. They did very well. Kevin, what about you?
With me, I just thought, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen a game where officiating don't make mistakes. It's a human thing. The game is going very fast, so there are bound to be mistakes being made in every single game. I just think that there was nothing that everybody was like crying out for, seeing that anything was a wrong call or anything like that. There was nothing that stood out that was like this was a terrible call and this changed the whole dynamic of the game. I think in the overall sense of it, this was a how do you say this was a controversy free tournament in regards to refereeing. So I think the best referees are the ones that you don't hear from. If you watch a game and we don't talk about the referee, that means the referee did a good job. And for the most part, in all the tournaments that I've seen, the referee was not the biggest point or the biggest factor. Maybe a game here and there, but for the most part, I think that it was a good tournament. Like you said, they let the players play because you know it's AFCON. It's going to be a little bit more physical than the other tournaments or the other leagues that are playing around the world. I think that they were able to let the players play in a sense that it gave them that confidence and freedom to be physical, but within a specific limit, not going overboard. So, in my honest opinion, I think the refereeing was great because we don't have any controversies. We don't have anything big talking about. There's no breaking news. Hey, the referee called none of that. We don't have anything in the AFCON. I think in the Asia Cup there was a controversy in which I think there was an offside call that wasn't called or whatever it is. We don't have that in this tournament. So, in regards to grading, I'll just give them a B. Yeah, it's just they did well. I don't think a referee will ever get it. It's a human thing. Mistakes is to be human. So, with a game that's moving that fast with all these athletes, it's just there's bound to be missed calls here and there. Plus, it doesn't help that these football players are also faking when they are not getting hurt and they are faking and they are rolling on the floor and they are it just that also doesn't help, right? Because they're also trying to cheat the game. So the referees are trying to be as unbiased as possible, and I think they did a great job this tournament.
All right, from all my panelists, they think the referees did very well, and I think they did very well. It was on spot on, and this should or should encourage FIFA, to give Africa more slot at the next World Cup, which will be co-hosted with US, Mexico, and Canada. If you just join us, you're watching Sports Chat with Dasilva live on Richma TV. Today we're talking about the overall performance or view of the AFCON. We'll dive into the Super Bowl, what happened, and we'll end by tidbits around the world of sports concerning the major European league results. But quickly, let me go online and read some Facebook and YouTube comments. So we have Nicolas Sabin say, Sports Chat with Dasilva on fire. Yes, it's on fire. Heat. Oh, and Wadaski came and said, Dasilva, Miami new, with Sewo. Nicolas say, my greetings to Dasilva. Wadaski say, boss man, welcome, Biero. Congratulations to Ivory Coast. Congratulations, Ivory Coast. Say, I feel the vim from your panelists. I feel your producer scroll down. I feel your vim from your panelists. Then we have welcome Kevin. Say welcome Fifi. My boss Dasilva. Then Gasti say welcome everyone. And he went ahead to say don't forget to share and comment. Sports Chat with Dasilva on fire. Congratulations, Ivory Coast. Congratulations, Ivory Coast. And I'm just combining all the Facebook and the YouTube comments. Thank you very much, Kevin. So there were some results that were shocking. Shocking. Countries like Mauritania came, and people thought they just came for vacation, but they came for business. Country like Equatorial Guinea, they came. People thought they were coming to play, not knowing they came for business. Even Nigeria, when they were coming, their own countrymen didn't think they would get that far. There were shocking results. What are some of the countries who shock you with the results that were like, now this game has really changed? Kelvin, what result really shocked you on this during this tournament?
So with me, I think I'm gonna go a little different in the way I answer this because,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'll give you this. Cape Verde shocked me. Obviously, nobody knew
Okay.
what Cape Verde was going to do, so that was a shocking one. But I've seen South Africa play, and they're a team that it's like they're a dangerous team, but they could never quite put the pieces together. Like it was just they were just there. Like they just needed something else. They just need something different. But they were there. They had the players. They had the passion. They were there. So when they came into this tournament and they were able to do what they were able to do, play the way they were able to play. Because if you know anything about football, if you go to South Africa, they actually have freestyle football, which they're really good at it. Their control, their ability, their understanding of everything, they're really, really good at it. So they have that flair, right? Because Brazil is known for the flair. South Africa is also known for that. They have the players, the skill. They have this street kind of ball where they play, and you didn't necessarily see it in the game, but you could see their confidence in close space when it comes to tiki taka, right? The defenders, the midfielders, everybody had confidence on the ball. Nobody was quote unquote booting it away. When they needed to keep it, they kept it. When they needed to go forward, they went forward. It's just the decision making on the defensive side was kind of what their downfall was, but I think they definitely surprised me. I think Senegal on the opposite end surprised me, right? Thinking that, champions coming back, I think that they was going to make it far. And for them to kind of not play their best ball, um, obviously people are going to say that Mane is getting old, and I agree with that, but I don't, they still have a great team around them. So they surprised me by being eliminated the way they got eliminated. And obviously, Ivory Coast. Obviously, you get beat 4-0 your first game, you fire your coach, and then you go hire a guy that hasn't coached higher than I think what is a French women's team, and then come to find out that you went no, come to find out you went to behind your assistant coach, the interim coach that took them to the championship. You went behind his back to talk to another coach that coaches the French women team to come coach just for this AFCON, for them to deny the request of the Ivory Coast for you to go, you know what? Okay, let's stick with him. And he came in, he hadn't coached above a youth level. And for him to put his foot down, bench a lot of key players, including Kessie, which will save them, benching a lot of those players, putting his own system in, and for them to kind of go all the way. I think that's it. That has to be it. I don't think I've ever heard that before in my life. A coach getting fired on his first game, a guy that's never coached beyond the professional level, and then his team is trying to go find somebody that's coaching a women's team for them to say no, and oh, come on, that you can't even write that script. And for them to go all the way and actually win it, I think win it. And one of the people that scored was a captain that was benched when he first came on. You can't write it better than that. So I think, to be honest with you, South Africa shocked me because I know they could do it, but they actually put it together. It was just like you said, it's one kick away from them being in the finals. If they could put that kick away after the free kick, they would have been in the finals. So they shocked me. Cape Verde obviously shocked me. We just knew that they had beautiful women. We didn't know they could play football, so that was shocking. And Ivory Coast shocked me by all the changes, all the turmoil, all the drama that they had, and for them to put all that aside and understand that we're playing in front of our nation, and for them to win it, And what a beautiful moment to have your president come down, and he was actually in tears. That's a moment I probably will never forget. To be honest with you, I'm not from Ivory Coast, but just to see the pride in that man, he's an older man. For him to see the pride that those players have brought to their nation, hopefully other countries watching, especially where I'm from, you see that your country depends on you. We have different religions, different beliefs, different political parties, different sexes, genders, everything. But when it comes to football, so hopefully you can understand that when you are playing, the win or lose is not the problem. It's the passion you play with. South Africa should have their head up. They played with passion. And for that, I believe that their country will give them a hero's welcome. And for that, like I said, it's been a hell of a tournament. Those are my surprises. And I think there's another one coming up. Hopefully, they can do it bigger and better. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Biaro, which results or which country surprised you at this year's AFCON? Biaro. Biaro, you are on mute.
Senegal surprised me in a negative way. I thought that Senegal is in to defend the title and win it back because they started so good. So I don't know what happened during their match against Ivory Coast. It was like said they've lost focus. I don't know, maybe it was due to the home support. It could be the factor because Senegal, the first half, they played so well. Second half is like they didn't want to win. And so it was a shock to me when they left the tournament. Also, another team that shocked me was Equatorial Guinea. How they trounced Ivory Coast 4-0. And I mean, it was just unfortunate that they left. They were kicked out of the game due to the mistake of the captain, the name Emilio Insue. That guy
Yeah, Emilian Sue.
is a great leader. He left everything on the pitch, and you could see that when they were going out, they didn't go out. They didn't go out just like any other team. They fought a good fight, and it was rather unfortunate they had to consider a late goal that took them out of the tournament. Cape Verde too, they came back. You could see that because they've played for so long, they have the cohesion. You could see the free flow of the players. They didn't have much, professional players in the team, but they did extremely well. So Cape Verde, and I was thinking DR Congo. I mean, they played. One of the teams that shocked me was DR Congo too. They played so well. I mean, the likes of Basinkwa, that gentleman, Nessa. So I forgot the name. He played his best. You could see that he came and they played with passion. I can't say that about our team, Black Stars. It was just like they did this Muchendi Fafraka ball or something like that. Atra noko 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 asha. See, look at your compatriot. Look at how they are playing game. Look at Ivory Coast. Look at what they are doing. They came and played with passion. Then you came and swinging around with women. Allegedly. Allegedly. Instead of you resting for the game, you are up late partying. How are you supposed to have the mind to play the game? Because if the brain is weak, you don't have the mental fortitude to complete the game and win the game for us. And and then the last stroke that broke the camel's back was our goalkeeper. How could you? The ball is just going out. Leave the ball. Why did you touch the ball for? And the moment we incurred that corner kick, I felt within my spirit that this is it. And lo and behold, they score us, and we are out of the tournament. Had we gone through, Ivory Coast wouldn't have won the game, the tournament.
Right.
You know, but our people, I don't know what is going on with GFA. You guys, you can't be playing with our heart like that. Please, for Christ's sake, call the right players to come and play. Not those boys running like chicken without head on. They play the ball, they go forward, then they bring the ball back to come and do what? You know, some of us, we are really, really upset. You know, leave it, because I mean, look at the amount of investment. You know, some people might even have developed high blood pressure because of the abysmal performance.
Yeah.
And for how long will we go on with this? It's not a sing song. We say then we let it go. And the same thing, we need to stop having those in GFA getting involved in you know, owning teams. That is unethical, because they will be there serving their own personal interests, not the interests of Ghana. They are always thinking about their pocket. So anyone who owns a football club should not go near GFA, because even if his player is not doing well, because he knows that he has to push his player, he has investment in his team. He would like to promote players from his team just so he will make money to, you know, our detriment. We cannot continue doing this. It is unethical. I mean, let's take, you know, ethical education seriously. We can't be doing the same thing over and over and expect to get a different result. It's not
Different
going to help
results.
us.
Yeah.
It is not going to help us. So those managing football, if we can dissolve the whole GFA, let us ban us and let's start afresh. I think that would do. Let's kick all those members who own football, who have interest in any team, and let's come with neutral people who will come back, you know, come up with, you know, a succession plan for the youth from under 17 all the way to Black Star. You promote them. As they play together for quite some time, they will get to know each other. So when this one takes the ball, he knows where this guy's
It knows.
position is.
All
The
right.
ball. But now if you look, observe Black Stars,
Yeah. Thank you, Biero. Thank you.
every time they call new players. So there's no consistency. How are we supposed to win something if we keep behaving like this? And the very moment I saw our the two friendly matches, and we saw what these guys did, these small boys, the US boys, score us like, you know, like we just came to play against Mexico. Yes,
All right. Thank you very much, Biero. You could, viewers, you could tell. Where we had that program, Enough is Enough. If you watch that edition, if you haven't watched it, it's still on this YouTube channel, Richmond TV. Biero poured his heart out. Yes. Anytime if you notice something, he always want to talk about Black Stars. And it's true. Because of now how bad the team is, we cannot even wear our jerseys. But let me chip in this special announcement. So a group of concerned Ghanaian journalists led by Sadiq Adams and co, Atapuku, Bright Kankamboedu, just to mention a few, they petitioned. So they went for a permit from the Ghana Police Service to do a peaceful walk, protest walk, so that people will know that is enough is enough. That work is coming on. It is coming on. This Wednesday, Valentine's Day. As Okay, we'll figure it out. So there is going to be a protest coming on at in Ghana. They are going to petition the GFA, the Sports Council. Enough is enough. So all sports loving fans, if you love sports, if you love Black Stars, as Biero rightly said, look, it is giving people sleepless night. They will be meeting at Obrasport near Kwame Nkrumah Circle, 9 a.m. Ghana time. We know we cannot go. I cannot be there because of the distance and our timely schedule here. Biero cannot be there. Fifi cannot be there. Kevin cannot be there. All the crew cannot be there. But guess what? Richma TV will telecast it live. Yeah, so if you go on our channel, you see the broadcast has already been created. We will telecast everything. It will be telecast live on this channel. We are starting live transmission 4 a.m. American time. Our correspondent from Ghana will give us live updates, interviews, what is going on before, during, and all the protest work. Yes, that is what Richma TV brings to you. We will bring everything to your doorstep. So stay tuned. Starting this Wednesday, the Valentine's Day, 4 a.m. in the morning, 9 a.m. Ghana time at the Obra Sports. That's peaceful protection or demonstration that Ghanaians are going to show the GFA, the NSA, and co. It will be telecast here live on Richma TV. Thank you very, very much. Let me go ahead to Facebook and YouTube and read some comments. Kwame Ajimai said, welcome, guys, but regardless, Africans deserve to be winners. Nana Kofi said, congratulations to Ivory Coast, host and win. Then Nana Kofi went ahead and said, well said, Biero. So Nana Kofi said, Boza, Biero, Boza. So it was the last time we saw host and win. Funny enough, it was in Egypt, 2006, when Egypt hosted it and won. And it was, funny enough, it was on penalties. Guess the opposition. The Pharaohs of Egypt won it against the Elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire. Do you want me to go deeper? MSFA. People call him, some say MSFA, some say MSFA was a player. And who do you know who this MSFA is? He is the caretaker coach of Ivory Coast. He played at the 2006 edition in Egypt, where the Elephants lost on penalties to Egypt. And today he got a revenge, not on the same opposition, but this time a West African opposition in the country of Nigeria, and he won. So he won a silver medalist in Egypt 2006, and 2024 he came in and won the gold. And what a story! The Ivorians won their first game, lost their first game against Nigeria, went ahead and lost the last game 4-0 against Equatorial Guinea. That is where the fans said no, bye bye you. They sacked the coach. Then Morocco. People keep on saying Morocco. But I still think the Black Stars did them a favor, because if the Black Stars had won their match, regardless of whatever had happened, if the Black Stars had won their match, that Morocco-Zambia match wouldn't have mattered. Ivory Coast would have gone packing. Now, before we delve into the game, the fans, briefly, how do you describe the fans of the Ivorians? Because I saw something. The fans kept on increasing in game after game. I think the real belief came after the Senegal game that, no, I think now the team can win it. Fifi, what do you think when it comes to the fans? At what point did they see that this thing, if we push, we can win? In the nutshell, how was the fans? How did they help the Ivorian national team to accomplish this feat? Fifi.
So when you watch the game, when Nigeria scored, the whole stadium was quiet. First of all, it was like a home game. It was a home game, but I didn't even see a section. I thought Nigerians travel, but they didn't. They didn't travel as well as I thought. But when Nigeria scored, we were all like, "Oh Jesus!" But the way the crowd was quiet, it was like, okay. Then you could see that. I remember I was watching the game with my co-host here, Kevin, and he was like, "Ivory Coast is playing the game," and every time they got close, you could see the reaction from the crowd. So you could tell the crowd was in it 24/7. And there's something about a 12, they always say it's a 12-man. There's 11 players on the field. Your crowd is the 12th player who will help you win the game.
Yep.
So anytime you have your crowd, please don't play well so your crowd is in it, because you never know. The crowd can alter the referee's decision. That, like, these are human beings playing, and when you have a stadium full of like 90 or 80,000 people, if a foul happens, it can help you in your favor. The crowd was in it. When the first goal came, you could tell momentum. You could tell there was momentum from Ivory Coast because they had gotten that energy from the crowd. And then when they brought on one of their star boys, their favorite player, Diakite, the whole crowd was like, this is like what, 75th minute, 2-1, like game night of shit. When they brought on the crowd was like, hey, which gave the people more energy. When you're playing and you have people watching you, and those of you who have actually played soccer or who have actually played, when you're playing and you're going towards the 70-something, 80th minute, coach would, Dasilva will tell you, your legs and you're tired. There is no way you're going to be able to make that run. But when you hear somebody in the crowd cheering you on, or if you have a girl who's in the crowd, Charlie, you want to impress a girl, you go a second gear. Second, third gear. So the crowd is what helped the Ivory Coast overcome. Now, in terms of the decision making, they were very calm, but they were having a good time. At the same time, too, there wasn't loud music, but you could tell that the stadium was behind the team. And when they scored 2-1, oh man, I knew Nigeria was in trouble. I knew Nigeria was in trouble, but they were capable. But yes, the fans. The turn up, normally we'll have normally when the home team is playing, there's not a lot of people. The stadium is not filled. Ivory Coast showed that for their team, and they got rewarded for it. The president was there. Everybody was there. Everybody and their grandfather and their uncle and their sisters were there. And they got the prize that they always deserve because the team needed the fans that day to overcome Nigeria. Don't get it twisted. Nigeria came. If you're looking at the formation, Kevin mentioned it. They were playing Xabi Alonso defensive formation. So don't get it twisted. They came with the game plan. That Portuguese guy has Mourinho written all over him. So for Ivory Coast to overcome a 1-0 deficit and to come back and score a second goal, it was all due to the fact that the Indomitable Lions?
No.
Yeah,
the elephants.
The
elephant, yes. The elephant. They basically came and they walked, they stomped the yard. They walked all over the Alagis. So that's it.
All right. Abiero, what do you make of the fans? The importance, what the role they played throughout the tournament, briefly.
The atmosphere was electric, fully charged, loaded. And when you look at the Ivorian fans, oh man, in fact, they are the main energy, the catalysts behind the win. Because when Africa was down, a goal down, you could see initially the atmosphere was a little bit, you could see some disappointment, but the players, they knew they had the fans behind them, so they went all out. And when they were able to equalize by Simon Odinga's, flick that he did, and then Casey headed the ball in, they knew at that moment that, look, we have a chance to win this. So they went all out and they were able to get a win. So to me, I think that it was the fans. Had it not been the fans who energized them, they probably would have been beaten by Nigeria by a goals to nil. But they did well, extremely well. So I give props to the Ivorian players. They, the country should be proud of them. They deserve it.
I personally agree because then, as Fifi rightly said, the number 12 men. Oh Lord, yes, you will see them silent. One point, you see Fana telling them, "Let's go, let's go." Then all you can see is that, like, oh, if it was in South Africa, you hear the vuvuzelas. Kevin, briefly, the fans.
Yeah, I think the fans played a huge role in Ivory Coast's success. I think, like you said, I don't think they had a lot of hope when for your first game you get dominated and then your coach gets fired. I think that's not a good sign for any fan to see coming into a tournament that you're hosting. So I think as time went along, like you said, I think the Senegal was a game changer, right? You defeat arguably the best team in the tournament, besides Morocco, the best team in the tournament. You kick them out. I think after that they had confidence that they can beat anybody that they came across, and you could see that. Like you said, Fifi mentioned my one of my favorite players in the tournament. Yeah, the can-do spirit. He just he all over the place. He just refused to lose. He plays with the passion. He plays like he's a child, and that's what you want to see in your players. You want to see your players go out there and play with all their might. So, I think he also energized the crowd. The crowd always have a favorite, right? And then that favorite is always doing like he was that crowd favorite. So, he also played a part in making sure that he got the crowd involved by his energy, his passion, and his play, right, and all the antics that he has, right. So like you said, I think once the Senegal game came along, it 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 energized the team and it made sure that hey, you know what, we can actually do this. And like I said, the crowd got into it, and from there, Senegal, I'm sorry, Ivory Coast. At that point, I don't think they could lose. Like it became almost like destiny. Like I'm home. I've beaten the best team in the tournament. From that point on, it was theirs to lose. To be honest with you, they came across teams that may have been better than them on paper, but the game is not. There was just always said the game is not played on paper. It was played on grass, and on grass, paper means nothing. So like you said, the crowd definitely played a huge role. And to be honest with you, the fact that it was Nigeria in the finals, a lot of other countries came to support Ivory Coast. I'm just gonna be honest. Let's just be all honest. There was a whole bunch of people from different places, South Africa. All they were all supporting Ivory Coast. So yes, Nigeria, everybody was on your neck. The hope was for you to lose. There was no way. You was basically you versus the continent. It was not gonna happen. Not yesterday. So, like you said, the crowd played a huge role, and like I said, once again, congratulations to Ivory Coast for defeating the last boss of the continent, the loudest, the proudest. These people have. Oh no, I won't even go there. But congratulations to Ivory Coast for defeating Nigeria because they did all of us a favor.
Kevin, and what a beautiful story. Host and winner. So, Kevin, still on you. Now we are going to talk about the favorite part. Viewers, this is where Kevin likes to talk. We are going to enter tactics. Personally, I think looking at the little I know about coaching, the Nigerian coach kind of let his team down. And let me explain. Coach Milo Van Rijvaart, did the same thing in Angola 2010. One goal project. So when we got to the finals with the Pharaohs of Egypt, 80 something strike from Mohamed Gedo time. Then was 1-0 against Ghana. So it was difficult for us to even come. I personally think if he had varied the tactics a little bit and went straight, tackle the Ivorians, because look, the crowd, everything was for the Ivory Coast, Ivorian national team. But if they had asked more questions, it would have been a different story. Because even when the Nigeria Super Flying Eagles they got their goal, you could see for that 5-10 minutes they started dominating. So if they had pushed more, because he kept the first game he played 4 back, then he changed to 3-4-2-1, which transitioned to 5-4-1 when they are not without the ball, they are defending. Now you are in the finals and you want to play the same thing. And this Ivorian team, they are not that good. So to me, if he had played open game, attack them as in where it's necessary, trust me, it would have been a different story. But I don't know whether he didn't trust his team or he's so comfortable. And the system is good. This system can take you to when you are playing qualifying matches. But when you are playing in a tournament in the finals, I think he needed to vary his tactics. Kevin, what do you make of the tactics that the Nigerian coach take all the way, which to me it hurt them on the final day? What do you think?
I mean, we can say that now because they lost, but if you've been doing something in the tournament, the whole tournament has been working out. Plus, you played the team that you've played and you beat them with the tactics that you have. I don't necessarily blame the coach, but what I do blame him for is not having a counter, right? Because not everything your plan A may not work. So you need to have a plan B and a plan C. And that's what I blame him for. For because,
Right.
like I said, once Nigeria scored, that there's a brief stretch where they started dominating. But like I told y'all before, the key was Adingra. He had to be direct, and for some reason, Lukman was not as direct as he should have been. He had to be direct. Adingra caused a lot of issues for the Nigerians, and like I said, once that Ivory Coast understood, they controlled the midfield. Nigeria would always go wide because that's how they play. They go wide, long balls to Osimhen or going wide. And then against Ivory Coast, they were completely. They have Serge Aurier, which is a veteran defender. He's a veteran left back, so he was not going to get beat with that. They took out Boney, which was a bold move, and they put in. I forgot his name, but he was an excellent player because he had the pace and the height. So that was a good substitute by the coach for the Ivorians. And like I said, the coach for Nigeria has worked with Jose Mourinho, so you know how that goes. One goal and park the bus, and unfortunately, he's not the chosen one. He's not the special one because the special one would have other tactics to nullify what Ivory Coast wanted to do. Because if you watch the game, once Ivory Coast got the hang of it, it was over. They couldn't. Their midfield just couldn't get a hang. They could not keep up with Kessie. Kessie is a world class player. He's played for Barcelona. World class player. You're not going to just have these players around him where you're not putting pressure on him. You have I will be respectfully. He's not a defensive midfielder, nor is he a midfielder with a high work rate. So
Agreed.
once you play around him, he's out of the picture. He's no longer in the picture. So it became very easy for them to play through the middle, which it got to a certain point where when that happened, the Nigerians had to compress down because they couldn't control them in the middle. So they had to come in, which gave Edingra more space on the flanks, which invariably caused them a couple of goals. So the tactics was solid from Nigeria, but once a team has seen you play and they figure you out, I think you as a coach should be able to switch it up again, right? I think that
Right.
if they would have switched it up instead of going wide, if they would have taken out a wing back or a center back, bringing in a back four, and put another person in the middle with a high work rate, they could have countered what Ivory Coast wanted to do. And to be honest with you, they would have scored more goals if they would have done that because Ivory Coast was pushing. They were pushing forward, right? They were trying to equalize. Haller is not a pacey guy. He's not a fast guy. He wants the ball in the air. So they could have easily taken as soon as they came forward, they could have easily countered them because Haller wants the ball at his feet. He's not going to give. He's not beating you with pace, right? So when you crowd the midfield, it makes it harder. So they have to go wide to cross the ball to him. So it just became this cat and mouse game that, to be honest with you, Nigeria's coach, I think he was a little arrogant, and he hasn't given up many goals. His team doesn't give up goals, so he just thought that one. As soon as I scored that, it's over. They didn't think they were going to concede, but Ivory Coast was playing with a I'm not losing this game mentality. And once you see the momentum switch from your team to their team, you as a coach need to help your team. You're the one sitting on the sideline. For most players, they get instructions, but at the end of the day, you're playing with instincts, right? Like you have instructions, basic instructions, but when the game is heated, you're playing with instincts, right? But you as a coach that's sitting there, you should be composed enough to see that, hey, maybe my tactics isn't working. It's allowing my players to come out of position. Therefore, I need to switch it up. I need to make a substitution. Whoever the substitute is, let them know what I need to be relayed. Because you can't just. Osimhen is a world class striker, the best striker in the tournament. How are you not going to play an offensive game with him? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, you get one goal here and it's done. And he didn't complain, but you got to utilize your strength. I mean, it just is what it is. And in a finals, like they always tell you, in any sport, the playoff or the finals is completely different from any regular game because it's all or nothing. So every single staff on both sides should do the absolute most. You should do all your research. You should have plans in place. You should watch all the film that these teams have been putting up in terms of the games they've been playing. And you come up with a plan to nullify what they want to do and to switch it up if what you want to do does not work. And I think that the Ivory Coast team had a better plan in terms of the fact that they see Nigeria. Because I told you this that last show, they played the same players, but they're not playing the same team. I told y'all that. I think Nigeria
Yep.
made that mistake
Yep.
thinking they were playing the same team. No,
Spot
it's not
on.
the same team. It's the same players, but the mentality is different. So I think they made the mistake of going in thinking, "Oh, we've played them before, so we're gonna do." And early on, they got some success, so they thought that no, this is not the same team. And I think that was their downfall because the coach that came in, he's a player, and he's a player that has been to the finals that has lost, so he knows exactly what it takes. He knows how it feels to lose that, and for him to make the substitutions, to be bold enough to have his team go on the front foot to get a equalizer, hats off to the coach from Ivory Coast. And like I said, I think Nigeria just got out coached. He didn't have a plan B. That's pretty much at the end of the day, he didn't have a plan B. Plan A didn't work, and he just kept plan A going. That's it. He didn't have a plan B. He brought Iheanacho in. I was like, why are you bringing Iheanacho in? No pace. You put him on a wing. That doesn't make sense. I didn't. I guess maybe I'm not the coach, so I don't know why he brought in. That was a bad substitution by me. But hey, I'm not the coach, so but that's
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
mean, yeah, point really spot on. Yes, because and you are right. He didn't have a plan B because now you have a game, you beat this team with the same tactics, and listen, he beat them with Osimhen penalty that the captain took, and he's playing. And Kevin rightly said on this show, this is going to be a different Ivorian team, different mindset, different atmosphere. So, in my perspective, Aina and Sedu, who always attack to make it three back when they are on the offensive and drop. Now they were being attacked, especially on the left hand side by that right to dream academy boy, Hadinkra.
I think, yeah.
Hadinkra kept on attacking. And when you are playing that five back when you lose the ball, then what do? You instruct the next central defender to close Aina. Because look, when you look at the goal, Aina thought Adinkra was going to his right. So he showed him that space. And he was shoot. That boy is Adinkra is fast. So Piero, looking at all this thing, you think going to the finals, the coach should have thought that if Ivory Coast notified this strategy, I need to throw it. Because if they had gone directly to Seaman, I think there was something, and maybe his wingers, his right and left midfield didn't come to the party. So Piero, what do you think? Tactically, did the Nigerian coach let them down, or the Ivorians were just too good on the day?
Tactically, the Nigeria coach let them down. because you should have been here to see me screaming that why, because you could see that for the both the right wing and the left wing, they didn't use much of that space. So it created a lot of space in between there. That there are times where the winger is standing there. Instead of them passing the ball, spreading the game so that the crosses can go in favor of Nigeria, you could see that the balls were not coming in. And if you look at all the 2 goals that Africa scored, they scored the goals from the wing. And Nigeria did not utilize the wing. They were packed. After they scored the first goal and they pressed for some time, they sat back and allowed the Ivorians to take the game to them. So they didn't open up. They were trying to defend to end the game with what do you call it? Uh, just 1 goal. But the Ivorians, the coach thought, look, the best way to win is to attack. So they went on the attacking spree, and we saw the result. So had Nigeria opened the game, marked them boot for boot, the result would have been different. So the coach did his best. I mean, this is his first time play. I give kudos to Nigerian coach. I mean, this is his first time. He's done pretty well. He will go back on the drawing table and learn something new that when the going gets tough, you must switch things up and make sure that your team comes up at the end of the day. But if you feel like, you know, because you've scored 1 goal, so the Ivorians will sit down for you to win the day. No, because they are playing, you know, from home. And in their home, they have the fans behind them. And definitely they don't want to be, you know, insulted like the way we insult our Black Stars. So they will make sure that they win the game. And we saw it. So the boys did extremely well. And I doff my heart for them because they really deserve it. I think at the end of the day, the best team won. The best team won the tournament.
Bureau think the best team won the tournament, and I personally agree. It's, as I said, it's always beautiful when you host and win, because judging the money and investment that has gone through, to this tournament. If you tactically, you think the Nigerian coach kind of lost it, the tactical battle, and because we said here on Richmond TV that the midfield is a no-go. Kessie, Fofana, Siri is for the Ivorians. But all said and done, do you think the Nigerian coach didn't come up with a good tactics to map up the strength of the Ivorians?
I think he came up with a good tactic in the beginning, like Kevin said. He had the plan A, but from the beginning, there's a reason why coaches like Pep and all those people make the money that they make. When I give you the reason I'm saying that is because Napoli. The reason why Osimhen is Osimhen is because Napoli plays a 3-4-2, 3-5-2 formation. Osimhen always has like a supporting person next to him. Every single goal that he scored, he never plays alone up top. Now, he can do it because he's that kind of striker. But do you think Argentina doesn't play to Messi, the most valuable player in the world, strength? Do you think they'll put Messi in midfield, or they'll put Messi in the wing, or they'll put him on the... Have you ever seen anything like that? They put Messi where he thrives the most, which is the number 10. And guess what? He won the World Cup. You want to win the AFCON. Play to Osimhen's strength. This is a game where, okay, you went with what has taken you to the championship. 4-3-3. Lookman, Simon on the other side. Tactically, the thing that exposed Aina is because Lookman did not drive back. Lookman did not drive back. If you look at the goal, if Aina knows he has help on the inside, on on Adingra's right foot. He's not committing like that. This saying that, you know, my one of my great coaches said, Alex Ferguson said, we attack as a team and we defend as a team. That is what got Nigeria like exposed. You kept on seeing Adingra taking on Aina. You kept on seeing it. Okay, you can't cheat your right midfield over to help Aina. Look at Lookman and tell him, come back. You're not only for, because they didn't do anything attacking wise. Osman did not get any work. He had to go get scraps. The whole tournament, if you really look at it, Osman was just feeding off of scraps. That is not how that guy plays at Napoli. But hey, you've played a tactical formation that gets you to that place. You've gotten there by some good play and some of the like you said, because you have a good striker, you have some good, very fast wingers. But when you realize that Ivory Coast was taking it to Aina and on the left side, because when you watch the match, it was on the left side. When you realize that, Lookman, when you look at the two goals, watch where Lookman is. Like, just purposely watch where that young man is. I don't know whether it's an instruction or they say, oh, okay, just stay on the touchline. When we get the ball, we just boom it up to you. I don't know. But that is what made Aina commit to his left side, forced the Dingra out, cross, goal. And I don't remember if you remember Dasilva. When we were talking, I told you that Kevin and I mentioned that Adingra was going to be the factor in this game. I even thought Coast would sit back and count and then play the counter attack with Adingra. Guess who was doing it? It was Nigeria.
The opposites.
The opposites. They did opposites. And you're like, that was the key to the game. So at the end of the day, I think the coach, like he said, he had plan A. It was a very dogmatic approach. Hey, this is where we've gotten to. Osman will feed off of scraps. It got to a point. No, Osman was tired. Why, Brett? Every little thing he's like the guy plays in a formation where he has a helping striker, and like you said, he brings Ignacio on and he plays him on the like. What are you doing? You need to win the game, and then you put even so that means you're even more exposed. Aina was tired. Anybody could have seen that they were not attacking the other side. They weren't attacking Kalun's side. They were going for Aina. Why? Because and even coach, we told you, Aina is the factor where they like to play him as a left wing back, pushing up to help and overload the midfield. So what did Ivory Coast say? Okay, if that's the case, I'll put Adingra on that side. If you look at it, Adingra on the other matches, they switched them over. This time he didn't even switch Adingra. He said, you know what, stay here.
Right. Because he saw the loophole.
And he saw the loophole. He said, don't even switch. Stay there. I see and then when Diakite came, he even put Diakite on the other side. He said, nah, Adingra, you're going to play here. You're going to finish this side because we've seen that young man is going to make a mistake. And guess what? All the two goals were caused by Aina making a mistake. The first one, what's going on? The second one, same thing. He kept on getting fouled. I mean, as a coach, help your players out. But also as a player, if they give you instruction, I'm sure they gave Lookman instruction. Lookman, come back. I'm sure they gave him instruction. But hey, I don't know what happened, but he should have, when they were down 2-1, he should have just switched it up and said, okay, 3-5-2. Let's play to our best player. That man standing there with the mask on his face is 100 million. He's more than the GDP of Nigeria. I'm being sure. I'm just speculating. Play to his strength. What does he play at Napoli? We're going to play to this man's strength because this man can win you tournament. There's a reason why those white people over in Italy love him. There's a reason why the Rosaneri or the Nyankole, whatever the old ladies of Napoli or whatever it is, love him. He's like being treated as a Maradona. Like, we don't understand what's going on in Italy. Like, kids, and that's one of the most racist countries out there, and they're literally mimicking Osman. And then you have the young man, and hey, let's have him feed off scraps. So tactically, they exposed the Ivory Coast called for a young coach like that to come from a woman's to call the bluff like that. That means he studies the game. He studied the game and said, "Oh, because when you look at the stats, 10 of Nigeria, wait, 7 of Nigeria's goal came from Iona's cross. If you guys like look at the stats
Yeah,
and
yeah.
go and look at
Mm-hmm.
seven came from Iona. So hey, why not eliminate him? Let him defend, and then the Nigerian team will crush. And hey, good job. Touche to the young coach. He had Coach Mourinho's 2.0 referee. I mean, coach. He didn't have a game. He didn't have a plan too. Like I said, when they went down 2-1, it was like they went down 2-1 with like in the 80th minute. Switch, let's go. But Ivory Coast controlled the game. Like it was beautiful. Actually, the prediction I had, like both teams, Nigeria scored with Econ's cross header. As soon as they scored, that was it. They were like, we're going to see this. I even thought it was going to penalty. So when they went 1-1, I was like, I knew it. But then, hey, Idingra once again, and that's a Brighton Academy player. Like, those people over in Brighton, they go for talent. So please, that's my take on it. I give the Nigerian coach a C+. The reason why he gets the plus is because hey, the 4-3-3 worked. He kind of adapted the inverted fullback position with Aina. He made Awobi and the other midfielder kind of play as a box to box. Awobi kind of pushed up a little bit, and he had like a holding person there. So Ivory Coast kind of adapted the same formation in the midfield. So what they did was they played the back four with I think his name is Seri or Seri, the short number 4.
So Seri was sitting in front as a whole, the DM for the Ivorians.
Exactly. He sat right there, and guess who goes right into him? Osimhen. And guess what they were doing? They just double teaming Osimhen.
Yeah.
Your best. Yep. And then Lukman, what did they do?
Well said. Well said, Fifi.
So that's it.
Yes. I think Fifi, yes, yeah, I agree with you, everything that you said. And as a coach, I think when kudos to the Ivorian coach because he spotted a loophole. So it just the other coach, all that he needed to do, tell Lukman to drop. Or you have 3 when you play 3 back, it means you are playing 4. Strat want to get closer to Aina because the main reason they kept on attacking, they didn't want Aina to come and do that crossing. That is going to harm them. So like stay on him so that it doesn't come forward. So what do you do to counter that? You push the other central defender close to Aina, then Lukman come, then they form that triangle so that they can also push Aina to that defensive. But it's always, as I said, it's always difficult when you are standing. If you haven't stood on a touch line, trust me, it's very difficult to make that play decision. So yes, in as much I think it could have helped Nigeria tactically, but it's all good that whatever went on. Quickly, let me go through some of best coach, of course, of the tournament. Emerson Fire. I think we all agree to that, right? He deserves it.
Okay, what is the best coach? What is the best coach? What is the criteria for best
The
coach?
best coach is the one that won the tournament.
So
There's no
normally
criteria to it.
there's no criteria. Yeah,
No criteria.
Unfortunately,
Did
when you
you
get
do?
to the
Did you
finals,
get the
you win.
job done?
Yeah.
I think my best coach of the tournament is a South Africa coach.
No,
Yes.
I've
Okay.
been saying, but he didn't win the tournament. I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying. Because
but
I said that already. I said in
his
terms of
formation
tactically, they had the best.
was different.
They had the visually best appealing attacking game. They play as a team. They play in triangles and squares, and they move as a team progressively. But when you're playing in a tournament setting, there comes to a point where a team figures you out, and once they do that, can you adjust? And that's what I said. Coaching is not about how you look. That's when people say they have this argument who's better, Jose Mourinho or Pep Guardiola. I always say Jose Mourinho. It doesn't look pretty, but himself. It just is what it is. As a coach, your job is to win trophies, whatever tournament it is. Can you do that? And in this tournament,
All
the best
right.
coach got it
Let's.
done.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Yes, Kevin is right. And I'm a fan of Hugo Bruce. He's won it with Cameroon. So coming into the game, but I think so far as you can chip in your opinion if you think you don't agree with whatever Kev said. But normally when
okay, so me, the reason why I have a problem with it is because like what the South Africa, I think yes, the Ivory Coast guy did well, but I personally think it was the players.
okay, so Fifi thinks it's the players and he should have gone to
players.
Hugo
But
Bruce.
I think but I think
Let's quickly move on.
Okay, because I was gonna say the
Yeah,
South Africans play, the positional play, the 4-2-3-1 by South Africa was what I was impressed with. So.
Right. I mean, yes. I mean, our viewers can also say the same thing. Kevin said it. I think the last edition. Hugo Bruce, he is the man, but at least he didn't win it. So that is how they used to judge him. Best young player, Simon Adingra, the former
Right to Dream Academy player.
I'm telling you, this man is doing something good in Ghana. So I found a tweet. I think Sadiq Adams tweeted that GFA should buy that Right to Dream Academy, and someone said so that they can collapse it. Yeah, I think he is the young player, best young player of the tournament, right? No, this one is Fala. Then we have the bronze boots went for Mustafa Mohammed of Egypt, the third, the one who scored most goals, the third. Then we have the silver went to Gerson Dilla of Angola. And of course, the golden boots, Emelo Insu. I mean, he's too much. The moment he missed the penalty, you could see the face on his coach's face. I mean, the face the coach did. Quickly, man of the tournament. This is kind of a little bit arguable, but you see, but when you think about it, William Enkon stepped up when there is PKs. So penalties is two. Someone wins it, and the most important thing, who to put it in the net. He's done it countless occasions, and he's a leader at the back. He's commanded his team, and for him to score 3 goals, 2 PKs, and 1 from open play, a set piece. I don't think. At first, I thought they should have, because it's been a while that a defender won. But looking at it, I think he deserves it. What do you think, panelists?
Oh yeah, certainly. That's a captain. That is a man that led
Fifi, Bureau.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So we all agree to that one. Okay.
I think Coach can hear us. Dasilva, can you hear us? Yeah, I don't think he can.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Go on.
Okay, so I think that
I can hear you.
Okay, so I think Ikong, right? I think that is a captain's. He had a captain's. If you watch the entire Nigeria game, he had he was basically the most disciplined, the most active. I mean, he led by example. So yes, I actually agree with the fact, and then honestly, the goal was a beautiful goal. I mean, he outpowered the guy. As soon as the ball got there, I remember we were like, this is a goal. It was just, he led the line. Remember, he also led the team that was the best defensive team. So I mean, hey, I think the best player, he deserved the award.
Okay, now we are about to draw the curtains down on the the AFCON. Then we will do a little bit of the Super Bowl. Then we should be out. My producer said we are eating too much into the time. Producer, today you have to give us more time because the heat is too much. Fair play went to South Africa, which is obviously, I think it's agreed. And best goalkeeper too went to Williams, which is okay. So now, viewers, I'm coming to give you my team, the first 11 of this AFCON. And my panelists will take turns to also give them theirs. So in goal, I will play William from South Africa. I think he was very, very good. He did well throughout the tournament. Very good. So I'll give it to William. Right back, I'll give it to Ola Aina. Ola Aina from Nigeria. I'll put him at my right back. Left back, I will give it to Ata Masuka. Yes, the former West Ham defender from Democratic Republic of Congo. I'll give it to him. Then central defense, I'll give it to, of course, William Akon, the player of the tournament. I will give it to him. and I will pair him with Imbeba, the captain of Democratic Republic of Congo. This one was tough. I wanted to give it to Indika of Cote d'Ivoire, but I settled on Democratic Republic of Congo, their captain. So I'll play a four back, three in the middle, and it's going to be 4-3-3. Then when I come to the three midfielders, I'll play Frankesi, Fofana, and Mokoena. Frankesi of Ivory Coast, Fofana of Ivory Coast, and Mokoena of South Africa. And when I come to the right-hand side of midfield, I'll play Pesitao of South Africa. When I come to the left-hand side, I know Fifi and Kevin will be happy about this. I'll play Adinkra. And up top, I'll play Emilio Insu, all the way from Equatorial Guinea. So this is my first 11 that I will put on board. And we are going to play the 4-3-3 tactics, the best 11 for AFCON. Fifi, let me hear from you. Your first 11. Your best 11 from this AFCON.
All right, so my first 11 that I have them written down. Of course, I'm going with our goalkeeper, Yassine Bouono from Morocco. Proven goalkeeper. He's done very well. My right back, I'll go Hakimi. You can't go wrong with Hakimi. I mean, I don't know why you didn't mention Hakimi, coach, but hey, that's your choice. My center back, I'll go Mbemba from DR Congo. Did a very good job in there, very solid. My other center back, I'll go with this one is actually it was between the West Ham defender and Econ, but I'll go with Econ on that one. I liked, and then I'll say Naif Aguerd will be the backup. The left back, I'll go with Nuri from Algeria. Talented guy. Very Ryan Ait Nuri from Algeria. My right midfield, one and only Kudus. Even though they didn't play my right midfield, they kind of cheating him up a little bit. But he's a good right midfield. And West Ham, he plays in the right midfield. That's where he gets most of his goals. My center back, of course, Sofran Amrabat, Amrabizi, Amraboze. Now, the only player that has ever stopped Mbappe from running away with the ball. My left back, I'll go with Matassar from Senegal. He was very good. His work rate, even though his team did not make it far, I think he played really, really well. Forward, I'll go with Victor Osimhen, and then I'll take. I kind of had between Mohamed Salah in there, but he didn't finish the tournament. So, and I don't like Inaki Williams either. So my other striker that I have is Sebastian Haller. So that's my starting 11, and that's a 4-4-2 formation.
4-4-2, yes. Because when I hear Osimhen and Haaland, I saw that it's definitely going to be a 4-4-2. Well, okay, Calvin, let's hear from you.
Kudus.
I don't necessarily have a best 11, but I won't call out my panelists for going on Google and looking up the best 11. We'll discuss that offline because he just has the exact same list. So it's very funny that you have the list on Beam. But I agree with some of the list. I think the goalkeeper is definitely Williams. The right back, I would give it to Hakimi. The center back, I actually like Jakku and Ikong. Jakku played very well. It was not his fault that Ghana got eliminated. So I like Jakku. I like Ikong. And the left back, he mentioned Senegal's left back, the light-skinned dude. I think he's number 14. I don't know his name, but very good player. Don't know where he plays, but he's a very, very good player. There's a lot of names that I don't know. For our CDM, I don't know if Kessie plays a CDM role, but I like him in that role. I'll put him as a CDM in that role. I'll definitely put Kudus as my number. I want Kudus as my number 10 behind my striker. So I'll have 2 CDMs pretty much and one center attacking mid. So that's Kudus. I'll put Kessie at the CDM, and let's see. I need another CDM. And I'll put what's his name?
Amrabat.
No, no, no,
Amrabat.
no, 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 no. Not
You
Amrabat. No. And I'll put
you will not even get him.
no, no, no. I like Fofana too. Fofana is a very good. He's a very calm player. So Fofana, Kessie, and then Kudus as my number 10. And for my left wing, of course I'm going to Dingra. He just baller. Adingra is my man. Going to Dingra. For the right wing, I'm going Salah, even though he got hurt. If we're going best 11 based on performance, obviously these players are not involved. But if we're going best players based on their track record, Salah would be my right wing, and then striker has to be Victor Osimhen. But I think I know what coach did. You went based on performance, so maybe yours is probably the best in terms of the updated version of this tournament. But in terms of players, that's what I would go for.
All right, thank you very much. Piero, let's hear from you.
Yeah, Dasilva, I think your list, the list of 11 players,
Mhm.
I think you got it right. But I would make a switch here. Like instead of playing Isue as a top player, I'll pair him with Osime. So I would have to take Fufana out and put Osime there.
Wow, that would be also good. Yeah, 4-4-2.
Yeah, so that is what I'll play with the because Osime when we saw the game, the finals, you could see that he was tired because he was running around. They were trying to get him. The defenders, um, the Ivorian defenders, they read the game. They read him so well that anytime the ball is played to him, they don't give him the space to run. You know, and there are times where he will chase the ball and he needed somebody to help, and there's nobody to help. So with Victor Osimhen's style of play, he needs somebody to pair with him. And I think with Insue would have been a deadly, attack.
Agreed. You're right.
I mean,
Uh,
to me, my best player of the tournament is Kessie. Fantastic player, fantastic. He was all over the pitch.
who does that?
Fantastic. That guy is Bolugbe. If they say Bolugbe, that is Bambolugbe. He's all
Uh,
over.
Thank you very much, Piero. Piero said Kessie. I mean, Frank Kessie did very well. And as our Kevin said, I mean, top notch player from Barcelona before he moved to the Saudi Arabia League. So he knows what time it is. Quickly. So yesterday was Super Bowl 58. Yes, 58. And we all sat down, watch. At the end of the day, experience won. Experience won. Let me start with Kevin. Kevin, we came here, we said something, and I'm so happy that most of the things that we said came true. Let's just brush through. Super Bowl 58. Performance, everything was okay. Sharimon, did whatever he knows, he always does best. But the game itself, what went wrong for San Francisco against that last moment? What happened? What went wrong? Did you see it coming? Just let our viewers know, like, were you even expecting this result? What went wrong? They had it and they just blew it. What went wrong, Kevin?
If the viewers were watching last week, I believe I was the one that called that the Chiefs would win the game. There's another panelist on here
Right.
that picked a different team. We will not mention names. If you watched it last week, you will know who the one that picked the other team.
So Kevin, just end by just tell that if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. It's very simple. So it's very simple. What happened to the 49ers? Patrick Mahomes happened. When the best player in the planet in the sport that you're playing is on the other side, you have to capitalize. You cannot give him an opportunity. That's what happened. When the game started, the Chiefs started really slow. The 49ers got ahead. The 49ers turned the ball over, and then the Chiefs also turned the ball over. So they both were even there. The 49ers got it going a little bit, got some points. But the issue is if you are going to score, you need to score enough points to give you the separation. In the last three Super Bowls, this is his third Super Bowl. The last two Super Bowls that he's won, he's always been down by 10. That's just how it is. So if you see that you're up by 10, you need to score some more points because he has the propensity of always coming back from deficits, right? So the 49ers were not able to put enough drives together to extend the lead, giving the Chiefs enough time to go into halftime. I think they watched the Usher halftime show because they came out on fire. They came out, started running, going up and down the field. They made adjustments as a coach will. They made good adjustments. Instead of trying to run the ball like they've done all season, they were passing the short passing on first down, trying to get yards, keep the ball in your best player's hands. That adjustment was big because in the first quarter, in the first half, they would run the ball and they would try to do a play action, go for a deep pass, and it gives the 49ers defensive line, which is their strong suit, enough time to collapse the pocket and sack Patrick Holmes. But in the second half, they made it quicker. Those players don't have enough time to get to him. Made it quick, sprinkle in some runs here and there, and then Patrick Mahomes using his legs. At the end of the day, it's a very simple conclusion. The best player had the ball in his hands last, and he scored. That's pretty much how this entire game ended. 49ers had the ball first, and this is also lack of incompetence. I'm sorry, I need to mention this. Coaching has been a topic on here, so I need to mention this too. They changed the rules for this year's Super Bowl. In previous years, if you're a football fan, if it goes to overtime, the first team to get the ball, if they score a touchdown, the game is over, right? If they kick a field goal, the other team gets the ball back and they get to respond. So if they kick a field goal, the game keeps going. If they score a touchdown, the game's over. Well, this year's iteration of the Super Bowl, they changed the rule because it became unfair. Whoever won the coin toss basically got the ball back. They changed the rules. The 49ers did not know the rules. As a team full of millionaires, you paying your staff all this amount of money, you should know that the rules have changed. And in the overtime, they should have kicked the ball off instead of taking the ball. Didn't know the rules, and that also cost them. So coaching cost them the game, and that bad man on the other side, the best player in the world, cost them the game. So that's pretty much what happened. Coaching and just not taking advantage of what you need to take advantage of. So those are two, to me, major factors in the game that caused the 49ers the Super Bowl and are now making
All right.
Patrick Mahomes a back-to-back Super Bowl champion and MVP.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Kevin, for confirming it. So Richard Jr., one of the studio panelists who always been giving updates on the NFL, told me about they didn't know the rules. But I'm like, but how? And thank you for confirming this. Yeah, I thought maybe, he was just making something up. Thank you very much. Viewers, we just learned something. The rules
Yeah,
was
I read
changed.
it too.
Thank you very much for that, Kevin. Fifi, yes, yes. I thought it was just something, but when Richie JR told me, I thought maybe, but thank you for educating us on this one, confirming what Richie JR said. Fifi, yes, what is your take on the finals? Because you were behind 49ers and all of a sudden something happened. What's your take briefly on the finals?
Yeah. The NFL scripted the game. The NFL cheated. The referees, everything it shows that this game is an entertainment game. So please do not put your money or anything into it because you'll be disappointed. I don't that whole we didn't know the rules. The NFL leaders and teams meet in April or something, and then they discuss it, and then they implement the rule. They let the rule sit during the summer, during OTAs, during training camp. So what are you trying to tell me now? Like, it's not like they implemented the rule mid. That's dumb. At the end of the day, it's a disappointing loss, and I think that Shanahan needs to be fired for this loss. The game plan was
Outrageous statement.
No, I think he should be fired for it. I think he should lose his job for this. And the reason why I say that is because this is the biggest game in your entire life. And in the third quarter, you had 6 possessions and you punted 6 times. But then In the fourth quarter, you put together a drive and then you score. It's like it doesn't make that drive. It doesn't make sense how you wait to the last minute. There's a reason why Tom Brady has 7. Because Tom Brady, if you give Tom Brady 10 chances, he'll convert 8. 8, because you don't give Mahomes. They should go and watch the game against the Bucks and the Chiefs. They didn't. Tom Brady wasn't going 3 and out when his defense was harassing Patrick Mahomes. He scored every single chance that he got. I'm so bitter. I lost money thinking, 49ers will actually. I'm sick and tired of seeing Mahomes. Like, they don't deserve it. They were bad. They were so bad, and it's like teams that need to see where the Chiefs' weakness is. They just, and then you're coming to blame it on you didn't know that. You didn't know what. The college football has been implemented that formation ever since. College football, when you get the ball first, you have to score a touchdown. You don't go score a touchdown and score a field goal. The other team gets the ball, they score a touchdown, it's over. How about you tell your defense to stop playing man? When Kevin was saying, when they switched to the short passing, why are you still playing man? You've lost one of your best linebacker in Greenlaw. Why are you still playing man? Why? Just play a flat zone. Everybody attacks their zone. And then use a spy on Kelsey. And then why is everybody letting this Mahomes guy run? Like, I don't know if you guys remember, if you watched the recording. I said the defensive game plan by Sean Wilkes, that's the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, should have a linebacker spy for Mahomes. The time that it was important, that's when he's now playing man. Oh, but man, I ain't. What, you're scared that White is going to burn you or Scotland is going to beat you? The only person you're supposed to worry about is Kelsey. Oh, but man, I hear the one Patrick Mahomes right through the freaking middle. And then you arguably have one of the best, the second highest offensive team, Shanahan. And all you could put up is 20-something points in the biggest game when you were playing against Tom Brady at the Falcons. You put up damn near 30-something points. Every time they make the Chiefs defense look like it's the best. I told you this is going to be defense wins championship, and the Chiefs defense, just useless.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Fifi. Biaro, briefly, do you think experience? The coach just used experience in the last minutes of the game, because at one point I thought it's a foregone conclusion until that magical thing the quarterback did, and it went to the Chiefs. Biaro, what do you think?
Yes, I mean, the beginning of the match, the play, there was I was giving 49ers, Francisco 49ers that they win. That was what I was thinking because of the way they started. Then I went away from the TV to do my own thing. When I got back, I think they tied somewhere somehow. And then at that point I knew that now anyone can carry the day, and that that let the experienced player win. And we could all see that at the end of the day the experience played part, and then the Kansas Chiefs won the tournament. So I think I mean, if you look at the 49ers, they're good. You could see they played well, but the Kansas Chiefs, I think they use experience because they've been there before. They've played the finals before, so
Right.
they dig deep into the experience to finally beat them, and I think they deserve it. The best team won.
Biaro think they deserves it, and as I rightly said, it was experience, and So on behalf of Richmond TV, the viewers or the crew, we say congratulations to Ivory Coast for winning the AFCON, and congratulations to Kansas City Chiefs for winning Super Bowl 58. Because of time, we will just switch. I will just take one major leagues, then we brush through them. This is the most important one. On the day, or let me say on the night, Carlo Ancelotti decided to even play Fouameni, a midfielder, in the defense, center defense. Girona couldn't break them. Experience. That's why Carlo Ancelotti will always be the man. Fifi, 4 goes to nothing. 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 Do you think the league is now a foregone conclusion for Real Madrid? And now he showed them that because Girona has disciplined Atletico Madrid, they've disciplined Barcelona. Then Real Madrid said, okay, and lo and behold, they beat them by 4 goals to nothing over the weekend. What do you make of this game?
I probably would have betted my rent on this thing and made a lot of money. I knew Real Madrid was going to discipline Girona. It's just
and before you finish, I also said I don't see 1 or 2. I see more goals.
Oh yeah, I even said I was like, nah, this is not going to be a contest. It's Sean Mateo 4, and they scored 4, but it came at the expense. I know if he had played that same defense against Atletico Madrid or another team, they would destroy Real Madrid. Ancelotti, you got away with it, but it's a very, very risky formation. He was doing a Pep Guardiola, an extremely risky formation. Listen, Girona somehow did not come to play, or maybe the Bernabeu. The Bernabeu, I think the atmosphere, like they said, I was watching the Beckham documentary, and they say, yo, that stadium swallows the best of the best. I think that the atmosphere swallowed Girona. Their formation, they couldn't even pinpoint passes together. You didn't know the way they played against Atletico Madrid. You're like, is this Girona that we saw string passes together, confident on the ball? They couldn't do anything. I don't even think Carvajal and Tchouameni, hey, that is a
really
risky,
very risky.
He knows it will never work against a stronger Atletico. No. Yeah, Barcelona, no, it will not work. So now it's like just another day in the office, another practice. Thank you very much. Come again, Girona. We'll see you next year. You guys have done well. You're gonna drop more points, and then the actual usual top 4 people will come to their place. It came at an expense though. Belly got hurt. Belly's out for a month or 2. But great win. Nah, I don't even say great win. Practice win. Thank you. Come again. Girona came with the hype, but they didn't come with the sauce. And like Kevin said last time, this Goliath and David, this one Goliath beats David. He actually said it. He was like, nah, this one's gonna beat Goliath.
Yeah, Kevin said it.
Yeah, it was right. Goliath destroyed David, and they could have even scored 9. And of course, Vinicius, and he said, "Oh, Vinicius, but destroyed them." Coach, next match, next problem.
All right. So yes. If you think the first leg was a fluke, they went to Girona and they beat them 3-0, and they have beaten them 4-0. Real Madrid mean business. Calvin, briefly, this was expected. So and. About Vinicius, everything. What do you make about this game?
Viewers, if y'all watching and you're not entertained, we called this. This is what I said. I literally said it. They're going to be playing without center backs, and they're going to put Tchouameni in the center back. I literally said that. Then Tchouameni was the one that was playing at center back. They actually did something interesting. If you watch the game, they have Vasquez as a left back, and what would happen is they would have him attack more, and on defense, actually Valverde will come and fill that position until he got back. So it was a very smart thing. It wasn't just that they were helping at least Vasquez. They were helping him out a lot. If you really watch the game, you'll see it. He drops really deep, and then he goes back into the midfield. So Valverde was doing a lot of thankless work in terms of just covering for Vasquez, because Vasquez is a very attacking player. So he was actually getting up into you. You can see he was even inverted. He was in the middle. He was getting up there. But on defense, Valverde would drop into his position until he got back, and then Valverde would step back up. So, Ancelotti, like you said, he doesn't talk much. He does what it is. David and Goliath. This was not even a competition. I wasn't even. This game was not. Like I said, it's not much to talk about. Vinicius, I literally said it. Vinicius played, and once he scored that wonderful first goal, I think that broke Girona from because it wasn't. It was just a special player making a special play, and once that happens, I think at that point it kind of destroyed because you have a game plan and then your game plan has to change so early in the game. Now you have to start chasing the game against Real Madrid, which have Rodrigo and Vinicius on the wings. Vinicius was just toying with the left back on the. It was just not gonna work. Once Real Madrid scored first, the game was over. It was over
Game
after.
over.
If Girona would have scored, maybe it would have gotten interesting. But once they scored, game was over. So
Thank you very much. So on the night that Real Madrid total shot was 14 shots, Girona total shot was 6 shots. Real Madrid shot on target was 5 shot on target, and 4 went in, and Girona could only manage only 1 shot of target. Biero, briefly, your take on this game.
Yeah, I mean, Ancelotti made the players his tactics, talked for him on the pitch. He didn't have to do much. And when you look at the table, the difference between Girona and Madrid was 2 points. So one would have thought that they would try to, at least uh, run away with maybe a win or a draw. But from the look of this is David and Goliath kind of game. And this time Goliath actually, mesmerized David. So Girona, I mean, they played their best, but then I think they didn't have the best of the day. The best team carried the day. And then having Vinicius and Rodrigo as attacking players, it'll be difficult. And we have the Jude also supporting from the middle. I think there was the Girona was a no match.
No way
So
for them.
yeah, so I
Ah,
think
bro.
I mean as it looks now, it looks like Real Madrid will take the league. It looks very much because
Oh,
Girona that is a little bit closer. You know, I don't. There's no way they're gonna win the league. I think I mean the gap will just keep widening. I mean, I think
Biero think Girona, nobody can catch them. It's now catch me if you can. Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Girona, catch me if you can. And trust me, Carlo Ancelotti, the OG, knows how to manage it and seal it all the way before he bow out from this Real Madrid job. Straight to the German Bundesliga. Xavi Alonso. Yes, Bayern came. Bayern did everything. At one point, I was like, is this Bayern Munich? I'm like, okay, Alonso knew exactly what he is doing. Fifi,
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to sit down closely and watch Grand Xhaka, what he would do in the middle. Is Alonso going to drop his gas? Alonso said, Bayern started trying to do counter attack. Alonso said, I got you. I think it is pure baptism of fire. What do you make of Alonso's impact and how they beat Bayern Munich over the weekend?
Okay, so I think I might jump on the Alonso train. Tactical brilliance. Either it's tactical brilliance or Tuchel's ignorance. I don't know which one it is. Tactical brilliance or Tuchel ignorance. How can you have ball possession and have less shots on goal than Bayern Leverkusen? Harry Kane did not score a goal. Like, what are we doing? Bayern Munich, what are we doing? You had Shaka. Shaka is 34. Let's not sit here and pretend this guy is like Kobe Menu. You're letting Shaka boss you around the midfield. What are we doing? And then Apomak, like, what kind of Eric Dyer? Coach, please. Good job to Xavi Alonso. It was tactical brilliance. Tuchel should be evaluated and given 2 games. If this goes on, he needs to be fired. And then I mean, he didn't change anything. Xabi Alonso played the exact same way he's been playing. He just told the boys to be more aggressive, and it was at Bayern Leverkusen. So 12 man as usual. It was like young boys against adults, and the young boys beat the adults. That's what it looked like. The formation that Tuchel brought was nonsense. Nonsense. You're playing Kim and Upamecano. Ah, coach, next to the next part,
All
please.
right, Kevin. Yeah, Fifi said he does not understand. Kevin, Fifi said he doesn't understand your legend, what he did over the weekend. And I think I agree. I think selection wise, he even got it wrong because when I watched, I'm like, why Bayern trying to play on the counter attack? These people will outrun you. Kevin, what went wrong?
Yeah, I think this is just a tactical ass beating, pretty much. That's what it is. A tactical destroying. I've first time actually sitting down watching Bayern Leverkusen play the game, and we have a new star in our hands in Xavi Alonso. I mean, these midfielders are coming into the game and they've played the game, so they understand what to do. I think Bayern made a plethora of mistakes. Um, you can't put Upamecano on the right as a wing back and have him provide you. He didn't provide anything. The right side was completely dead. There was nothing
Oh,
there. He couldn't
oh,
do anything on the right. I mean, he's not built
uh,
for that. He's just a stopper. So for you to expect him to go for it and find people, find those passes, because you got to understand, Bayern Leverkusen is playing a 5-2-3. So that means that five back and that two, that middle is packed. So you are expecting him to find Harry Kane or find Leroy Sané in those pockets as a defender of his. It was no bad decision to put him in that position to make those plays, and it made him play bad because that's not what he does. He's not that type of player, so he was played out of position. I didn't know Alfonso Davies was not going to play, so that really affected them because they didn't have another threat in terms of a wider threat. They tried to go through the middle, and Bayern Leverkusen just suffocated them. Pretty much, it's all they did. They suffocated them. There's nothing they could do. They surround you, and then they just rush you. It was just a tactical brilliance, and the way they play. If you watch them play, they play in triangles and squares. When one person has the ball, they're not playing long. They play with each other in terms of I get the ball, one person is to my left, one person is to my right, and there's somebody over there. When I pass, he moves, and then it's like they're twisting the triangle when they're moving forward. It was a beauty. It was something beautiful to watch. He has completely learned something from all the people he's played with, and he's put it together into his own little machine. Because Tiki Taka, when it first came out, it was not a five back system; it was a four back system. It was four back system with midfielders, and but he's switched it. He has a five. He plays five in the back with wing backs that are not necessarily wing backs, but they're more hybrid. They're more offensive minded, but obviously they'll come back and help. And then he just plays in pockets. They play in pockets. The reason why they were able to run yesterday is because Bayern Munich were just selling out, and it gave Frimpong that counter attack which they hit him long on. So that was the only one. But besides that, all their goals they just playing around Bayern Munich. I've never seen a team of that caliber look that bad. They looked really bad. So either Bayern Munich is not that good or Bayern Leverkusen is really, really good. And yesterday, I think this weekend, we found out that Bayern Leverkusen is really, really good. And I think with this win, I honestly believe that they can continue to perform like this and actually take it all the way and break the Bayern curse and finally win a trophy, which will still be funny because Harry Kane will still be trophyless. That would
Oh
be
Lord, there come Hurricane Fate again. Okay,
that
Biaro,
would be hilarious.
Biaro, five po-
Yeah,
5 points, 5 points lead. Do you think this year is the end of the dynasty for Bayern Munich? 5 points on top of the lead sits Bayern Leverkusen.
yeah. I mean, if you look at how they demolished Bayern Munich, I don't think they will be. They are in contention to win the league, and let's see how it will pan out. But looking at the game, you look at Granit Xhaka, at his age, still on top of the game. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know why our national team players at the age of 34, they're out of the game. Or sometimes I don't know, maybe it's due to age cheating or what. But this guy is still playing on at the top, which is incredible. But Bayern Munich were outplayed tactically. Xabi Alonso is a masterclass. I think, like we said, he's the man to watch. Very soon, a lot of teams will start poaching him because of his superior tactical displays. He's a great tactician in the making. So let's see how it goes.
Yes, I perfectly agree with you on Xavi Alonso. Yeah, he's doing something good, and I think he's the next person. One thing I realized, these midfielders who has taken the coaching seriously, they are doing very well, because to be in that middle, it's not easy. Let's quickly switch attention to the EPL. Arsenal yesterday trashed West Ham. They made kudos not even to exist in that game. Fifi, do you think Arsenal winning to make it still 3-horse race? Do you think Arsenal are in contention, or it is going to be the same Arsenal? They will start and they will crumble at the end of the day, especially from what you saw after beating Liverpool, went all the way to London again to beat West Ham yesterday. What do you think?
Arsenal finished third.
All right, Fifi kept it simple. He said Arsenal.
I predicted that they were going to roll over West Ham. It was a nice win. It was okay, but Arsenal finished third. So let's not. It's West Ham. I mean, if Manchester United even beat West Ham, I beg. Go ahead. You beating Liverpool when they're weak. Let me see you guys beat City at their best, and then I will think about it. Right now, it's just a day at the office. You guys did well, and that's all that is.
Fifi think that's what that is, but he said Arsenal will finish third and still make it to the Champions League. Biaro, what do you make of yesterday's victory over West Ham? Do you think it's still going to maintain like that race?
Against Wagbo.
Biaro, before you land, let me know where you think Man U will also finish before you land.
Oh, forget about Man U. They'll be where they are.
Agenda. This is not agenda. The question is, where will Arsenal land? There's your agenda, no? And your agenda.
Biaro, let's go.
You play the Europa. You play the Europa. That's where you belong.
I think.
Or maybe the Europa Conference.
Yes, that's where they belong now. For now, they are nowhere to be. We don't count them. I think Arsenal will win the league. And I'm very confident that this year.
No, yeah, Biaro, go ahead.
I'm being optimistic that we are going to win it, and it's going to shock everybody. And oh yeah, and the UEFA Champions League will go to the finals. Mark my words, it's going to happen. This Arsenal team is a special team.
Please, is this being recorded?
Biaro thinks Arsenal is live. It's live. Biaro thinks Arsenal will make it to the finals of this year's UEFA Champions League, and he also thinks Arsenal will win the league. Calvin,
is that recorded? Because
Calvin,
I want us to play this when that time comes.
It will be in our archive, so you can go and download the video on YouTube.
Pass.
Calvin, Arsenal, West Ham. People thought maybe it's going to be the same Arsenal, but they still kept their momentum. They won. What do you make of this Arsenal team? And is this still a 3-horse race, or you think it's just Arsenal doing the same thing they keep on doing? Calvin?
Yeah, I mean, I predicted that they would lose this game just because it was just the type of game to lose. But I see that West Ham have gone back to their own ways, their old ways. So we will no longer be counting on West Ham to come and show up and play. Maybe when they play Chelsea, but forget them. But besides that, I think Arsenal proved something that they are willing to stay in the race. Now we'll see because the race really heats up when there's about 4 games, 5 games left. That's when the race really heats up. That's when you really gotta buckle in and get ready to win the league. Um, it is a 3 horse race because based on the points and where we sit now, it is a 3 horse race as we speak. But this is a week to week thing. This is a show me what you can do for me. So we'll see again. We'll come back next week and we'll see again. Arsenal does have a good team. I mean I know Barrow is a fan, so I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect the team, but I don't think they're special. I just they have a good team. That's pretty much it. I mean, we've seen special teams before, and I don't think this is one of those teams. I think they have plenty holes in their team. Their goalkeeper is questionable. Their left back is questionable. Um, the midfielder, the defensive midfielder is suspect, and they don't really have a proven striker. So, I, they have a lot of holes, but they play well as a team, and they have some good players that can kind of change the game. So, for now, it is a 3 horse race. We'll see what happens as the week progresses, but for now, it was a good win by them. It was a statement win by them. Hopefully, giving them confidence to keep fighting because we know City's not going to let up, and Liverpool they're still hurt. So when they get to full power, you know they're not going to let up. So this will be an interesting finish, and but for now they are in the race, but we'll see as the week progresses.
Thank you very much. And in other results, Chelsea survived the early scare from Crystal Palace to come from a one goal down to win by 3 goals to 1. And Manchester, they went to Villa, they saw, and of course, they rose up to the occasion and they conquered with that almost 5 minutes at the dying embers of the game. The glory, Manchester United, the Red Devils stood up and rose to the occasion, and they also won by 2 goals to 1. Currently, it is still hitting at the top between Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. We will be here on Friday to give you preview about what will happen or what has already happened and what will transpire during this weekend fixtures. Tomorrow, stay tuned on Richma TV because tomorrow it is time with Royal Mama happening live on Richma TV where we will bring another guest into the studio. Before I sign out, viewers, this is Sports Chat with Dasilva, happening live on Richma TV. Very soon we'll give you the exact time and the exact day. But now we are transmitting every Mondays and Fridays. And if there is a special tournament that is coming, we will do a Saturday show. Richmond TV now has 2 programs: Sports Chat with Dasilva and Time with Royal Mama. And very soon, as I said, you will see flyers going out for our political talk show, which will be hosted by Mr. Ajimai. Panelists, let me start from Beru. Beru, your last words before we go.
Yeah, viewers, thank you for joining us. And I've looked at the rest of the features, Arsenal, especially Arsenal, and I know the rest of the features we have. These are Belos. We are going to win the match, so these are 3 points for Arsenal. So don't listen to the naysayers, Gunners. We are in contention to win the league. Thank you so much for tuning in, for joining us, for welcoming us in your homes. We hope that come next week, this Friday, you tune in, share the link, and then tell a friend to tell a friend. So we thank you for tuning in.
Thank you very much, Beru. Fifi, your last words to our cherished viewers.
Yo, thank you one more time. Like, as you guys can see, Charlie, the heat's in the air, the bar. We bring nothing but the heat. Tuning to Richmond TV. Yo, this weekend, yeah, everything that most of the panelists said came true. So, Charlie, please do responsibly. If you're betting, bet responsibly. If you need game, tactical reviews or anything like that, I think some of the, the panelists here know what they're talking about. If you want to be optimistic and be delusional, we have Biero here who will help you be optimistic and delusional. We have our host who is also an optimistically delusional fan. Arsenal has not won anything for a very long time, but they are always optimistic. So please, we want all optimistic viewers and people here. If you're a passionate African fan, you're a passionate European La Liga, whatever, we try as much as possible to cover the stage. I also want to thank you to the production team. They've been putting us in place, getting us together. But go ahead, subscribe, like, share, comment. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let it be a habit. Subscribe to Richmond TV, like Richmond TV, share Richmond TV so we can bring you more heat. Boom. Thank you very much. This is Maxos McTominay, Manchester United. Glory, glory, Man United. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Fifi. Over to you, Kelvin, before we sign up.
See, it seems like I'm the most reasonable person on this panel. I tell the truth. I'm honest. I'm realistic. I don't do too much. We have people on the panel that think that their team that hasn't won anything in forever is going to run the table and win the league and also win the biggest and the toughest tournament in Europe, which is the Champions League. No problem. No problem. I think the host tried to throw a jab saying that Chelsea survived. We didn't survive. There's one team in this world that I know for a fact, even if all our players' legs are broken, we will beat, and that's Crystal Palace. They've never beat us. I've never seen us lose to them in my entire life. I've never seen it. So this was a game we were gonna win. No problem. And like you said, viewers, thank you again for watching. If you were watching last week, as you said, I even called them Manchester United. I said it. If they were tied at 80 minutes, they were gonna win the game. Came through. I'm not even a fan. So keep watching us. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Please, the comments are also important so that we, as a panelist, the host, Dasilva, the production team in the back, maybe we're doing something that we can improve. You can put that in the comment section. Maybe we'll take that in consideration. Hopefully, we can improve the show to give you better quality, more entertainment, and better information. So, like I said, thank you so much for watching us. Thank you, Dasilva, for having me on the show again. Thank the production team for putting us on. Thank you, the viewers, for taking your time out to watch us, liking, sharing, and subscribing. We will come back with some more heat, and as you know it, have a good time, be safe, and wherever you're at, if you're a Chelsea fan, don't worry. Our day will come again. And when it comes, watch my face. You will see this face again. Deuce.
Thank you very, very much. And Kelvin is trying to tell the Chelsea fans, as the politician will always see, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. So Chelsea fans, hold on tight to her. Hold on tight to her. This has been a live telecast of Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV. But before I leave, let me leave you with this thing. Current standing of the EPL. If you hear your team, you say present, say Liverpool first, Manchester United second, Arsenal third, Tottenham Hotspur fourth, Aston Villa 5. This is where I end. Only top 5 that I will leave you with. Thank you for joining Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV. I will see you when you see me. Remember, as all my panelists said, this is where we bring the heat. It's always heat everywhere. I will see you when you see me. I will see you when you see me. Until then, it's bye-bye.